AP photo, Bill Kostroun, file. You thought Cardinals general manager Steve Keim was kidding when he expressed excitement over having, not the no. 1 overall draft pick the top waiver wire claim spot. He wasn't. The NFL draft and free agency are months away, but Arizona has already been plugging holes with hopes of turning around a franchise fresh off a 3-13 season. Generally, when I've looked back to previous seasons, the team who has had the number 1 claim pick has generally claimed, I think it was 5 to 7 players in final cuts who have stuck with their team and certainly helped out in one way or another, Keim told Doug. Excited about that opportunity as well to continue to improve not only different positions but the back end of our roster. That Keim has done. The challenge, especially when it comes to the most talented players waived, is believing their red flags can be mitigated if not outright fixed. Dating back to the end of last season, the Cardinals have made a series of waiver wire pickups to begin the roster refurbishing before first-year head coach Cliff Kingsbury and Keim hit the draft and free agency markets. Here's who they've picked up with the top spot on the waiver wire claim order so far. Safety DJ, Swearinger, Deck. 25-2018, AP photo, Bill Kostroun, file. Arguably the most impactful player on this list, Swearinger had enough juice in 2018 to earn some Pro Bowl hype with Washington. So one might wonder why he landed on the waiver wire at all. The safety was critical of his defensive coordinator's play calling following a loss to the Tennessee Titans, and his heated post-game comments to reporters didn't sit well with his team. Washington released him, and Arizona pulled the trigger on bringing back a familiar face who played for the Cardinals in part of 2015 and all of 2016. A hard-hitting safety, Swearinger recorded 53 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 4 interceptions and 10 passes defensed a year ago. Along with the smaller Antoine Bevia and Budda Baker, Swearinger could slot in Arizona's defensive backfield with Trey Boston entering free agency. Swearinger didn't appear in Cardinal red with so little time to learn Arizona's system under since fired coach Steve Wilkes but is under contract through 2019. Cornerback Robert Alford, February 7, AP photo, Jason E. Mitchell. At a very late point in the 2018 season, Alford had allowed more yards, 737, than any other cornerback in the NFL, according to Pro Football Focus. He lost his job to rookie Isaiah Oliver and was released by Atlanta, to clear nearly $8 million in cap space. The 2013 second-round pick had his moments in 6 years with the Falcons, a pick six of Tom Brady and Super Bowl 51 among them. Arizona signed him to a 3-year deal that could reach up to $24 million, and Keim said Alford is one of the more talented cornerbacks opposite Patrick Peterson the Cardinals have had in some time. Keim also divulged on Doug. 30 game against the Cincinnati Bengals that included a high ankle sprain. Doctors told him not to play on the injury. Alford has 10 career interceptions over 88 games and is expected to play with physicality as Arizona goes to more press coverage under defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. Tight end Charles Clay, February 20, AP photo, Nick was waived due to his large cap hit on the Buffalo Bills. The Cardinals picked up a starting caliber pass catcher who could complement or even replace veteran tight end Jermaine Gresham. Clay's production took a hit last year. He appeared in 13 games but caught just 21 passes for 184 yards without no scores. In his first 7 seasons, he never recorded fewer than 212 yards and 2 touchdowns, and from 2013 to 17 posted at least 528 receiving yards per year. At tight end, Arizona could lose Ricky Seals-Jones, their top pass-catching tay. They could also consider releasing Gresham, who this past year was limited coming off an Achilles injury suffered in 2017. Gresham is owed $8.2 million next season and $8.8 million in 2020. Outside linebacker Brooks Reed, Feb. 9. AP photo, Chris Zagola, the Tucson native and former Arizona Wildcat, returns to his home state after spending 2011-14 with the Houston Texans and 2015-18 with the Falcons. Signed to a one-year deal, Rhett should slot in nicely as an outside linebacker who is familiar with Joseph, who was the Texans' defensive backs coach from 2011-13. Reed recorded 24 tackles with 1.0 sack, a forced fumble last season. He is likely a third outside linebacker behind Chandler Jones. The Cardinals face losing pass rusher Marcus Golden in free agency after his relatively quiet season coming off ACL surgery. They could fill the void in the draft, where Ohio State's Nick Bosa and Kentucky's Josh Allen are viewed as top 5 prospects. Linebacker Tanner Vallejo, Feb. 5. AP photo, Adrian Krause, the 6th-round pick by the Buffalo Bills in 2017, has 28 games of NFL experience, mostly as a special teams player. He did, however, record 20 tackles as a linebacker for the Cleveland Browns last season. He added 7 special teams tackles with 2 forced fumbles. An undersized inside linebacker, Vallejo could provide depth behind returning linebacker Josh Vines. The Cardinals have more holes to fill if they don't opt to re-sign linebacker Deon Buchanan as well. Follow @KZimmerman as